Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings everybody, let's update our view on the euro currency. This looks like our working trading plan for yesterday has worked nice, so we can see acceleration to the upside. Reuters agency said yesterday that there was the demand from the Asian central banks, and when the market has forced the stop buy orders, has put some more fuel in the market move, and market has accelerated right to our area of strong resistance that we have discussed probably during the 2 previous weeks. So that's why you could see why this particular pattern is calling as the stop grabber, since the minimum target of this pattern, the stops that has been placed above the previous swing high. Nice pattern, it has worked nice. So you can see that I have erased the pivot points for the current week, since market has accelerated above the weekly pivot resistance 2 already, and I just hold the monthly pivot points. That is the pivot point, that is monthly pivot resistance 1. Now, what we should do with the current acceleration? So we almost has hit our target. Market also has reached daily overbought by this blue line. You can see this oscillator predictor. Okay, also market has entered in the daily confluence resistance, that is 124.75, 125.16 area. Also in this area stands 2 different targets. One of them has been hit yesterday, that finally market has hit the target of this pattern, A, B, C bottom, D, but has not quite hit the 127 extension target of this butterfly. Probably for the current week we could suggest the trading plan as follows. First of all, I suggest that market should hit this target anyway before we'll show any meaningful pullback to the downside. Since that is the confluence resistance and in general an overall solid area of resistances and include also the daily overbought, market probably will respect somehow this area. At least I suppose that market should show some sort of the 3.8 or maybe even 50% retracement of that swing. That will be normal respect if market intends to continue move to the upside. But what to expect in the medium term perspective beyond the current week? Well, that will be the question of the weekly research. I suppose that for current week that will be enough, since today is Wednesday already, and probably market will just hit some targets slightly higher, and then following the logical price action should show some pullback to the downside. In respect, this area of resistance will be the next. It's very difficult to say currently, because currently we have as bullish signs on the market, because this is really significant thrusting move to the upside. It's very fast. Okay. From the other perspective, you could see that the CD leg of this pattern is very much flatter than AB, and in general this price action is not very, you could say, bullish. Well, that will demand from us some more scrutiny with the analysis of the possible medium-term perspective. Technically, as I said, from the short-term perspective, market should hit some targets above this level, and the normal price action suggests some retracement to the downside after that. So our task, if you trade on the daily time frame, is to join with this potential pullback. Also, hitting of this area gives us the Napoli directional pattern that calls stretch. This is the combination of the overbought condition and strong Fibonacci resistance area. But this is a bit tricky pattern, we have discussed it a million of times, since you will have to trade against the major trend, and not every trader usually takes this kind of signals, because it demands some more tight control over the position, because the price action usually not very stable and tricky when it respects and worked with the stretch pattern. On the 4-hour time frame, we have the bullish trend. That is our butterfly. Take a look at this pattern: A, B, C bottom. Market accelerates right to the 127 extension and not quite reach the 1618 target. You can see that 1618 extension target from that ABCD pattern stands in the same area as the target of this butterfly. It's around 125 area. Well, and market very rare left some significant targets beyond the price action and turns to the downside. Usually it will show some continuation to the upside, hit these targets, and only after that is ready for retracement. On the hourly time frame, another tricky moment is forming currently. That is our yesterday picture. That is the width of this consolidation counted to the upside. You can see the target of this consolidation also hasn't been hit yet by the price action. Now the most interesting chart for today, that is also hourly time frame, and you can see, you might think that this is some sort of the double report pattern, because all theoretical points that should be achieved by the market already has shown here. You can see nice thrust to the upside, very good separation from the 3x3, close below the 3x3, the first close below, the first penetration, close above, okay, and close below again. That should be the confirmation bar of the double repo. Market hasn't shown significant retracement, so anything seems perfect at the first glance. But what I do not like with this pattern is that is not the tops. It's look like triangle consolidation, because when the market is forming the double repo pattern, the tops of the double repo should be significant, because they usually indicate the attempt of the market to continue move to the upside and failing. So it shows usually the struggle of the buyers to push prices higher, and when they fail usually miserably. So market should show some significant retracement. But here we do not see any attempt to push market higher. We see that just shallow retracement, and that top is not hardly could be called as the top at all. So that is some sort of the consolidation. It's not very good top of the double repo pattern. That's why I prefer to see some further upward acceleration because of the targets that stand slightly above the market. So you can see that could be some sort of the butterfly. The target of this butterfly stands around 125 area as well. So by accomplishing of this butterfly, market will hit simultaneously all targets on the daily time frame. You can see 127 extension of this butterfly, the 1618 extension of that pattern, okay, and simultaneously the target of this range breakout and the butterfly target as well of this smaller butterfly. Well, that also could be the triggering pattern that could let us enter on the short side of the market. We're sticking with this pattern because, as we said, that is the solid resistance. We have the bearish directional pattern, although that is just a stretch, but still this is the bearish directional pattern, and as you know, direction is a rules trend. We have reversal pattern on the hourly time frame if market will complete this butterfly, and that could give us the possibility to trade to the downside at minimum target around 124.15, I suppose, with the 3/8 support of this recent swing to the upside. That is the trading plan for the current week, I suppose. It's probably market will accomplish it if this will develop as we suggest, probably within this week. What will follow next? It's very difficult to say. We need to look at the weekly time frame, on the higher time frames, and make an analysis of the situation a bit on the longer term, and then make our conclusion about the potential development on the next week. But currently we will stick with the daily time frame. That is what particularly I expect to see on the market, and keep an eye on these potential patterns, and if market will show them, and probably could let us to enter on short side of the market. But this is again, this should be only the retracement. I can't tell about the reversal currently. that should be just a respect of the significant area of resistance and a respect of an area after the hitting significant targets by the daily patterns. So that as we should treat this potential pullback on the market. So good luck to you. Keep an eye on this level, keep an eye on these patterns, control your risk, and we'll hope that current situation will give us more possibility for trading and making some more profit.